talked about tithes and offerings. And too many times the word tithe is a dirty word in the house of God. I'm not here to meddle tonight. If you don't believe in tithes, that's between you and your interpretation of the scripture. But I want you to know that Jesus said he wanted to give offering, but don't forget tithe as well. But he built, I'm telling you now, dues and dollar dues and $3 dues cannot build a house of God. Not in this day and age. My children can't do much with $1 other than play with it. They can't really buy anything with $1. So Ryan came to talk about that, but the house, he got $250 million to build that house from the people. And he built the greatest thing that ever was built up to that day and time. And then you find in the 9th verse, after Haggai was fully aware how glorious the Solomon temple was in its day before it was destroyed, he came to the people and encouraged them, those that were downcast and looking at this thing that we're trying to rebuild and see that, in a way, we don't get it to where it used to be. Then he said, the glory of Solomon's original house, the glory of this house that you're building now, that doesn't seem like it's much, doesn't seem much at all, seems like nothing in comparison to Solomon's temple. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former, saith the Lord of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts. $250 million house is nothing compared to what God is going to do with this house. But we have to go back up to about the 5th verse where it said, be strong and work. We got to do some work in order to do it. God is coming to us and telling us that what was happening that got the people discouraged, and what was happening, they were in celebration of a sense similar to what you all are doing here with 142 years of celebration. No doubt as you go through this weekend, definitely on Sunday, you're going to open up that program. If you like most Baptist churches, you're going to open up that program. I think the last Baptist church anniversary I went to, they had 3, 4, 5 pages of history. And that history was about what Mama did, what great-grandmama did, what great-great-great-grandmama did. And y'all had a whole lot of greats, because y'all are 142 years old. That's right. One of the oldest churches in the community. And you focus and you remember and you reflect back on what they did. God has a question tonight. The question God wants to know, what have you done? What have you done? I don't see it here, but if I go to Carneghan, I can look and I see names on the window, names on the pews, Sister Barbara. But I wonder how many current members of Carneghan, Brother William, got their name written in the tithe book. Got their name saying that they donated a thing to the church. Oh, and not God, my message today is making new history. God wants us, it's okay if we reflect back on what they did. But God wants us to make new history. It was all right for the people to look back to the former glory of the house. But God said if you come to work, do some work for him, he'll make new history. And the whole history cannot compare to the new history. The things that God wants to do. The places God wants to take, not only the church, but where God wants to take you. So many of us are being held down and held back because of our old history. And the devil keeps bringing to our minds and telling you God wants you to know that God wants to be within you and I can to the glory of the new house. God wants to bless you. God wants to take you someplace. God wants to do something for you. So forget about the history. So many times when I was in the military, I go someplace. They want to tell me about how this is the way we always done it. God's not concerned about the way we always done it. God coming in on the scene, and that's what they did to Jesus when he came on. Pastor Jesus came. They came to Pastor Jesus, and Pastor Jesus, scribes and Pharisees came and say, well, Pastor Jesus, this is the way we've always done it. This is the way Moses did it, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We need to keep doing the old things. God said, I don't come to destroy the law. I came to build the law and to bring something new and fresh. We got to be looking for God to make new history in our churches, new history in our lives, new history in our families. We spend too much time studying. We study about Exodus about how God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. But God wants to make new history. He wants to bring us out of some things. He wants us to write our own history and tell the world how we came out of what we were in. God brought us into a brand new day. We study and aspire, and it's okay if we read about Esther, who came in a time such as this to help her people. But God wants some new Esther to stand